Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Blue Table Talk. My name is Tawana Collins Booth, and I have my AFU, All Families United, sister with me today.
I am Sonia Abrams Williams. I am the mother of Andrew Williams, who is 12 years old.
Okay. And today our hot topic is stimming. Stimming. Okay. What is stimming? Okay. So the definition of stimming is behavior consistent of repetitive actions or movements of a type that may be displayed by people with developmental disorders, most typically autistic spectrum disorder, self-stimulation. Okay? So that's the definition of stimming. And stimming is a repetitive body movement or repetitive movement of objects. Okay, so Sonia, what is some signs of stimming?
Well, some signs of stimming that you can see in children, you have to see some that kind of rock a little bit, flap their hands, bounce, jump around. Sometimes they're walking on their tippy toes, they're pulling their hair, they're rubbing their skin, they are sniffing objects at people and rearranging objects. They're making sure the objects is to their point, rearranging, and they're really focused on doing it. So when you see those type of individuals, that's how they are stimming. Now, there are some dangerous stimulants that you kind of need to be careful and watch so they don't hurt themselves or anyone else. You see some kids may bang their heads, they may punch, blink, they may rub excessively. Sometimes they pick at scabs and sores or swallow dangerous items. So those are some dangerous signs of stimming that a parent or guardian needs to be careful when a child does that particular stimming.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some of the ways that children or adults. So stimming also could be done by everyone.
Yes.
So stimming is just not for people that have special needs. So anyone could stim, because stimming is anything that is a repetitive body movement. So but today we're going to be talking about stimming with the special needs community. So, and I want to let everybody know, so just in case you're in a grocery store,
right,
or you're in the mall, or you're at an event. Sometimes you might get invited to an event, and a lot of times people are unaware of what's going on. So that's the reason why I want to talk about stimming today. So you might have seen somebody at the grocery store, a child was with their mother or their father, and you might have seen them. They could have been flapping their hands, just repetitive. Or sometimes they move their fingers in front of their face a lot, and a lot of times they rock. So that's why I wanted to bring to the attention to my viewers what is stimming, because I know a lot of times you might see these things out and you don't understand why you see that person doing those repetitive movements. So that is why I'm bringing it to your attention today. That is stimming.
And also, Tawana, you can also explain that to your family. When you're at a social gathering, we're here now around the holiday time. And some family members may not be around your child a lot to know why they flap their hands, why they're jumping up and down. And they may look at them kind of strange, like, what's wrong? Or kids. And so you can explain to them, there's sensory overload. They're trying to stim themselves. And you can give them a definition that they're okay. That, I just watch and make sure that they're not hurting themselves, but they're doing it because that's the way they cope with maybe a strange environment. Maybe they're feeling a little discomfort. It may be a sensory overload, maybe too much noise for them that they have to do the rocking and the flapping of the hands or biting on something or picking on themselves. So that also is a good subject when you're with your family and friends during this holiday time, when they may ask you, well, why they do that? Or like you said, you grocery store, girl, look at him. No, you could say, you know what? He's probably having special needs and he's stimming to be comfortable until he can get back into his safe environment.
Right. So now you know. So when you see a child in the grocery store and you're like, what is he doing? What is she doing? What's going on? now you know that's a form of stimming. It's a repetitive body movement. So, or like you said, if you at an event or family members or their peers, because sometimes they be in the classrooms, and they stem in the classroom. So the other kids like, what's going on with him, or what's going on with her? They're weird or whatever. But that's not the case. They're actually stemming. So that's why we wanted to talk about stemming today. So everyone can know what some of the movements of stemming or blinking,
right.
Scratching. You might see them scratching themselves or rubbing or sniffing people. And one of one of my viewers, hey Tamika, thanks for watching. She said my son rearranges the kitchen chairs repeatedly. Mm-hmm. She said I just let him be. It doesn't hurt anyone, so he's getting something from it. So,
and to answer that, my son Andrew, he stems a lot. He can sit in the living room just like your son is rearranging the chairs. He does that with his toys. He's not focused on really playing with it, but he's trying to make sure it's precise. And if you move it, he gets upset. He sits there for hours, and he can just sit and move the toys and it'll be all different toys in a certain line. If it don't look right to him, he gonna push it back. So that is a self-soothing for him too. He'll rearrange things for hours, and he just sometimes he stands with his tablet in his ear. He just rocking in the house, going back and forth. That's a soothing mechanism for him. So that is part of stemming, is the rearranging of the chairs, mm-hmm. something that got their attention. Also, some kids glare off in the sky and get in a daze that they're just glaring. You don't know what they're staring at. Mm-hmm. They fixated on one thing and they just staring. That is also part of stemming, because they're in their world. It's comfortable, and that's what they do to help soothe themselves.
And repeating the words,
yes,
or phrases. You say something, they repeat it, and they keep saying it. You can
they may keep asking you the question. Ask you again, you say the same thing, and repeat it right out. It's a sensory. That's their way of comprehending, understanding what you said. Okay, you said this, yes. So it can be frustrating, but that's their way of understanding how things are working in their brain.
Yeah, right. And so, as she described, we described some of the less harmful stemming. She also mentioned the kind of the ones, the stemming that cause physical harm. So let's go over them again.
Okay. So we must definitely look at physical harm. If your child, a young adult, is banging their head, punching or biting, being excessive, rubbing or picking at scabs or doing stuff that can put harm on them, I always tell parents, please seek out professional help. Go to your doctor, see if you can get recommended to any kind of behavior therapy that can help you manage it. We don't want to get to a point it gets too far and you're not able to help yourself, or he's a danger to himself or any other small children, or to the parents. So definitely, if you see that the behavior is becoming a danger to him or her, seek professional help. Please go talk to the doctor. Go seek and see if you can get a behavior management therapy to help you with the behavior, to see what triggers him to get to a point of banging the head. Because you don't want the child to get a concussion or something happen out in the public and you fall out. So you definitely want to seek a professional when it's a danger to himself or others, so that you can control it. They can help you understand what causes him to go into this kind of destructive behavior, and then also what can be done to prevent it, so that maybe you can see the trigger points before it happens. So that's basically the main thing we want to do when our young people, little people, young adults are in that stemming situation that's dangerous. We want to make sure that we learn their trigger points, just like we learn other things about them. We want to learn their trigger points so that we can either prevent it, seek that help, and then help learn how to move forward with this and help them understand, too, why they're going through this.
Right. So a question I have for you. Okay, so has Andrew ever stemmed when you was at the grocery store or out in a public place?
Oh, yes. He stems. Andrew has a rocking. He does the flapping of his hands. He hums, too. So he hums and he stems. And, as I got to understand what autism is, I got used to the behavior as a parent. So I was used to it. But I've had the stares. I've had the glares. I've had, what's wrong with him? Right. And stuff like that. And I wish adults would ask me what's wrong with it. I can kind of tell them. But I try to make sure he stands by me so that it's not disruptive to anyone else or someone else come off very negative to me, so that he's with me. But pretty much I try to inform people if they ask me what's
Okay.
wrong, what's going on. He's stimming. He really stims in the car where it makes something like my car's rocking. And I have to go back. Okay, Andrew, relax. But when he does it, and I feel like he's getting a little overboard, I'll kind of hold his hand a little bit and say, "Okay, it's okay." Rub his hand and just start calming down a little bit.
That was my next question I was going to ask you. So do you stop him from stimming when you out in those places and you see people staring, or you just like comfort him?
I don't do it because of people staring. I do it to kind of comfort him, to kind of, okay, make him feel easy. I kind of hold his hand a little bit and say, "Okay, Andrew, okay, it's going to be okay." And he kind of calm down and relax. I try to relax him so that he don't have to do it so hard to stem. I can't stop it. It's not something I can stop him. I can't stop him from stemming, but I try to make it where he understands, it's okay. I'm here. Dad's here. Your brother's here. Calm down. Relax. And once I kind of get him focused, he'll stop for a minute, but I'll say a good 10 minutes later, he'll probably be back at it and back doing it. But it's not as bad because he's kind of gotten comfortable. Okay, I'm here. Mom is here, or whoever I'm here with, and I'm okay. But he definitely does it. It's been known that he does it in class, so they have antidotes in place when he gets out of focus with school. They're able to get him back. Sometimes they make him stand up. Andrew, stand up. Get him back, make him stand, make him walk for a minute, and then bring him back in to get him back concentrated. Because, see, Andrew will lose focus when he's stemming because he's rocking in the chair. He's not hearing anybody. So that's one of the things in his IEP is that when he gets overstimulated or he's stemming, make him stand up.
Okay.
Make him get out. Okay, Andrew, come on, let's get back to get him back refocused with work.
And about what age would you say Andrew started stemming?
You know what? It started off, Tawana, with the glare. I noticed him when he was still an arm baby, but I'd say about one. I noticed little different things, not comparing him to my other children, but I noticed little different things about him and how he just would look. And me, I was, "Oh, you're talking to your grandma, someone in heaven," but I noticed the long stares. So that was the first sign of stimulation I saw. And then as he got older, like your friend said, I started noticing him putting the toys together. And I was like, "Oh, okay." In order. Trains and trucks and little cars. And then as he got older, the self-stimulation has gotten more. The flapping of the hands and rocking of his body. So I started seeing it at a young age. I could say about one, as I saw him glaring up in the sky. But as he gotten older, it's more flapping of his hands, humming and soothing himself with the rock. So that's his biggest thing now.
And as he get older, are you saying it like less? Is it less stemming?
It's medium. I don't see it less or more. I think when he's in a comfortable situation, I think he's more when he's comfortable he does is the stemming. So it's in a medium. I wouldn't say it's less or more. He's still just right there. But I do watch him. I do see, and I do ask questions. And if he's busy, I think he don't focus much on it. But I think it's when that downtime. It's when he's really doing it the most. But when he's busy, maybe after school programs or in school, and they can keep him focused, it's not as much. But I think it's more. I see more when he's downtown, when it's just relaxing, and he's maybe at home, and that's when I see more of it.
Well, yeah. Well, George, he used to stem.
Okay.
He used to move his hands like this, like do this when he was younger.
Okay.
Now, when he stopped, I don't know. I can't remember. I just remember him not doing it anymore. And I don't know why he stopped. But in the beginning years, he did used to stem all the time when he was in the classroom and just be doing his own little thing.
Yeah.
So,
some experts do say that, it may not stop, but if you try to force it to stop, they only pick up another habit.
Okay.
So if you try to stop that stemming, they're going to pick up something else to be repetitive. So it's more, let's look to how we can manage it, to make sure it's not a danger for them or to help them comfort them. I know some kids have sticks they chew on because they grind their teeth. That's something that they do that helps them. So it's different techniques for each individual kid.
Yeah, so like I said, I remember he had sensory issues and everything when he was younger. Then like the alarm, ambulance, fire trucks, anything that would pierce the ear. And he also, like I said, he had the flapping. So, but as he got older, I can't remember like when it stopped. I really don't. but I know that he did used to do it when he was younger, and I remember, and my family will tell you they probably remember him in the beginning.
Okay.
Flapping and doing a whole lot of repetitive things, like you said, with the toys and stuff. Playing with the toys, wanting everything in order. But I know one thing he do not. He don't want to be late.
And that may be another form of stimming. See,
right.
He's getting older now. So that may be, I mean, it could be normal. I don't like being late either, but that could be another form for him.
Right.
He likes things consistent. He like it on time. And that's a good one. That's a good thing. But
he got the wrong mama, though.
Okay. So that could be another way of stimming, but that may be just George's way of saying, come on, mama, let's get on time.
Got the
so
wrong
yeah,
mama,
definitely.
Though, but he don't play that being late. That's the thing. He get real frustrated, and it's like he out of sync.
Okay,
if
so
I make him late.
And so that's his form of stuff. Like, I need to do it. See, and that frustration will make him go, okay, I need to do this. So that may be his reason.
And it'll probably throw him off, and then I'm pretty sure it'll probably throw his day off,
yeah,
too.
so that probably is another way of his stemming.
But he definitely got the wrong mama. But good thing he be driving now.
Yes, okay, see, yes, definitely.
Yeah, so that's the next thing I was gonna say. What are some things that could help them when they're stemming?
I think one of the things
to reduce
them, right? We have to be aware of the sensory, because as you say, sometimes I know Andrew still don't like piercing sounds, so that do still bother him. So I think we need to be aware of their surroundings. You know, is it going to cause us frustration? Sometimes elevated ceilings have a very stimming sound that the ear sensory. Make sure they understand that they're in a safe environment. They say stick to daily routines and tasks that you do, but we can't always keep our child at a daily task. Sometimes we have to veer off. You may have to go to the grocery store. You may have to go to the mall. So I think if we let them know we're going to stop at the mall, mommy and daddy have to get this, and then we're going to go home. And that's something I have to do with Andrew, because Andrew knows how to get home. So when you deviate from that, where we going? Where we going? That's that same, where we going? Where we going? So I have to tell him, I have to stop here. When I get this, then we'll go home. So that, and then he still asks me again, where we going? Where we going? So I think they say keep to the routine of tasks, but I say we still have to deviate. We still have to do our thing. We shouldn't stop living because we're trying to keep them calm. We just need to, explain to them to the best of their ability, and then go ahead and do what we need to do, and then reassure them that it's okay. Like I said, if you have to hold the hands, if you have to give them something that they can hold in their hands, just to say, okay, we're going to take care of this, and we're going to try to get out. Now, when we get there, I know a lot of times it's not the ideal situation with some of us that have special needs kids. It may be a long line. You got to wait. I know Andrew do not have patience. So he doesn't understand why we have to wait in line. So that can trigger something with him.
Yeah, okay.
He get the flopping. He get to be irritable. He get to humming and looking around. So sometimes I may deviate and say, okay, let me go home and I'll come back and do this on my own. So it's just the way you have the sensory of knowing what your child is, knowing what they can take, what they can't, and what's going to be too overload. If it's going to be too much for them, then you probably need to rearrange it and do it another time. But as long as you know your child, make it a safe environment, let them know, let them understand it's okay. But if it's a danger, I please stress to our parents, if your child is putting themselves in danger, please seek professional help. We definitely want them to be safe, living and doing their thing, but we want them to seek professional help if their stemming is under danger for them and themselves.
And then just like we said, as long as they not harming anyone,
right?
Like you just said, they not harming anyone, and they're doing their own thing. Then just let them stem.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Some people, I've gotten looks.
Yeah,
I've gotten a rolling of the eyes. So, I've even got mumbles, but I'm the type, I don't care.
I was just
I'm taking care of my business.
The good part is you didn't let that stop you from doing what you have to do, because that was the next thing. Mm-hmm. So do stemming cause isolation? So just because he stemmed, you wouldn't take him to the store. So no, you just answered that.
No, I take him to the store. We walk. He stem. He do his thing. I wait a minute. Okay, Andrew, let's go. I've come to get a thick skin. I can't worry about what everybody else thinks about Andrew. Mm-hmm. I have to be his advocate. I still have to let him have a normal life. So if it bothers someone, my thing is go around, go to the next aisle.
Or like you said, ask the question.
Ask the question.
Why, excuse me, why is he doing that?
Right.
So if you ever see someone, wherever you at a family function, the grocery store, the laundromat, Great America, if you see a child or an adult anywhere and you feel like it's bothering you or not bothering you, or you just want to know why that person is doing that, it's called stimming, the repetitive movement of the body. So you can just ask, can I ask you why your child, or why is he or she stimming? And we would gladly answer the question and let you know. So, but that's the reason why we were doing this episode today of stimming, because a lot of us, we feel isolated when we go out in public, because we see the looks, we see the stares. So I wanted to bring to everyone attention that is what's called stimming. So when you see someone, then you can know, then you could tell somebody, I watch Blue Table Talk. That's called stimming.
Right.
So, and then they'll be like, oh, what's stimming? Then you can let them know that's what stimming is. So that's the reason why we wanted to bring to attention. But long as they're not harming no one, they're just doing their own thing and being free, being themselves. And that's what I was getting to. That's what I was getting ready to say. And that's why, we have our events, because we feel like at all the special needs events, our kids can be themselves.
Yes,
or
definitely.
the adults can be themselves. That they can stem, they can run around, they can holler, because it's all type of different stemming things that they can do if they want to punch, long as they not hurting no one. So, but we feel good when we in the special needs environment. But like I said, when we letting you all know, then we can feel good wherever we go if everyone know what stemming is. So if I bring my child to your house and he start rocking, and then everybody looking like what he's doing, what's going on.
Definitely.
So then now everyone will know. You would tell them, oh girl, that's just George. He just stemming over there. He just rocking back and forth. He'll be all right in a little bit. So that's why we here brought today's episode in, to let everybody know that if you see someone doing that, a repetitive body movement, that is called stemming. And we talked about some of the reasons why they stem.
Right.
And we talked about some of the things that they do when they stem, and some of the places where you may see them stemming. So because that's what they like to do, and they're going to do it wherever they at, school, outside, grocery stores, Great America, wherever they at. You can see them walking down the street. You might see them stemming. But that's why we doing the episode stemming today. So, and then my Tamika said, and just ask the question. Can I ask you why is he or she doing that? So ask the question, it'll help everyone. So
yes, definitely be more proactive to try to tell people what's going on. I think more of my negativity has come from adults, of looking at them. Kids are gonna be kids. Other kids are gonna be kids. They'll look and everything. And most kids don't even really say anything to Andrew. But it's more of, I've had more of the negativity and the reaction from the adults. So I would definitely prefer, if someone wants to ask me a question, hey, is he okay? Is something going on? I'll definitely explain to you. Oh, Andrew is just stimming. He's just getting his comfortable feet under him. He'll be okay soon. If not, he'll just hum. If it, that's all. He's harmless. He's just going to stand by me and hum or stare and look. But definitely, if you see somebody or somebody wants to know, inform them. I'd rather someone ask me than to think that, oh, it's just another bad kid. We've got that kind of action. Oh, it's just another bad kid. No, ask first. Let's not assume. We all know what assume means.
Yes.
So, yes, definitely.
So, and we're going to keep on reminding everyone, not only because it's the Christmas holiday season, so this is going to go on after the Christmas holiday season, but since we're in the Christmas holiday season and everybody doing their shopping, don't forget to shop with smile.amazon.com.
Yes.
And pick All Families United as your non-for-profit organization. And Amazon will donate to us while you shop. So you shop, they donate. So we appreciate everyone who already donated to All Families United. We're getting ready to drop we did the 4 letters for Santa. We're getting ready to drop off the 4 the toys that the kids asked for. We're gonna drop that off. They have to be dropped off by Monday. So we want to thank you all for all your donations that contributed to that, and we want to thank everyone who came out to our 3rd annual Christmas party, putting the pieces together. It was so nice. Everybody put puzzles together. Everyone enjoyed themselves.
Saw old faces, new faces.
Right.
So it was
a
really
lot of
good.
New people. We want to thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for participating, and we're glad everyone had a good time. We look forward to next year Christmas party and fundraiser. And again, we want to thank everyone who contributed to All Families United. And like I said, while you're doing your holiday shopping, use smile.amazon.com and pick All Families United as your organization, and Amazon would donate to us. So, and again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Blue Table Talk.
Yes, Blue Table Talk.
And I want to thank you all. And this episode was about Stimming, just to let everyone out there know, all my viewers, and tell someone that you saw Blue Table Talk. If you see anyone, if you see a child, an adult stimming, because you know what stimming is now, because you didn't heard what we discussed on Blue Table Talk. You let them know what stimming is and pass it on. And just tell them, when you see a child stimming or an adult stimming, ask a question, because that child might have a special need. And the person with that child or that adult explain to you what stimming is. So I hope you all enjoyed today Blue Table Talk. I want to thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
Tune in next week. And we're going to bring how the other, all the sensories, the new products,
all of them up here
that Mr. Brady had. We're gonna talk more about them, because he was pulling them out, just pulling them out.
Yes, so a lot of stuff.
We're gonna bring those other products out. He always had the newest products.
Yes.
So if you want the top best products and the best speech therapists in Chicago, come on down to Brady Speech, 5228 South Blackstone Avenue. The number, give them a call, is area code 773-493-4000. Come on down to Brady Speech and get your child the best speech therapist in Chicago. I'm telling you. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank Mr. Brady for allowing me this awesome platform.
Yes.
So tune in next week.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Good night.
Good night.